Alf, is anybody actually collecting new sports card product? I just started the video. What's going on, sports card hobby family? It is NFL game day, getting ready for my team, the New Orleans Saints.
All night, it's our time. Get it for this city. Get it for each other. We gotta smell greatness, and we gotta finish strong.
To play the division rival Atlanta Falcons, both teams looked a little shaky here at the beginning of the season. Well, actually, our first 2 weeks were great. Last week, a little bit shaky, defensively good, offensively not good. Can we bounce back? Our center is out. It's a very emotional day. But today we're going to talk about new sports card product, and I know people are buying it, but are they actually collecting it to hold it? We're going to dive in a little bit before I get started. Huge thanks to today's video sponsor, DC Sports 87. You want to sell cards on eBay, but man, it is a lot of work to list and ship and all the stuff that you've got to do when you're selling individual items on eBay. I send a lot of cards over to DC Sports 87. Great payouts, quick turnarounds. It's just very easy. DC Sports 87. Also, in April, end of April 2025, we've got the Air Show, 23 Air Show. It's going to be here locally where I am in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. If you want to take part in this show, whether as an attendee or as an exhibitor, this is a Michael Jordan focused show. Very, very cool. Here locally, close to UNC where the guy played college. It's going to be fun. Definitely reach out to me if you have any questions about this show. I should have ran an online poll about this, but I was just thinking, man, just looking at the cost, especially secondary market cost for new sports card product that has come out. I mean, look, the initial cost I feel like is expensive, but then it even sells on the secondary market. Granted, a lot of that's breakers that are buying it so they can break it and sell you break spots for it. But the price of new product is so expensive. Actually, what's kind of interesting to me is where there's actually some lower cost or value in quotation marks product is on the non-sports side, I feel like. When I look at Star Wars, for example, I don't collect Star Wars outside of maybe a couple of things I'd like to have. But new product Star Wars, it releases at like $100, $150, $200 a box. Actually, I think people collect those cards. Ironically, on the sports card side, I'm just not really sure that there's a lot of people that are actually collecting those cards. I see a lot of people that are trying to get the big hits, that are trying to catch the lotto tickets, and then maybe they get a Wemby card and they're going to, grade it out and they're going to sell it. But is anybody really holding any of these cards? Except for the lower end. I think when we look at Wemby, he's got so many damn rookie cards that there is going to be a huge variety, which if you are a collector and you want to buy, man, if you're a young person and you want to own some Wemby cards, there are Wemby cards at every price point. But one thing that I've been, kind of thinking about with Topps is like, I keep hearing about the $8,000 box. What is it? The Mercury box. We got the marketing with the comet falling and all that stuff. And we got the high-end stuff on lock. Fanatics Collect's doing the big, Sotheby's auction. Michael Rubin's there. There's a lot of focus, the marketing focus around expensive product. But where's the low-end variety? Where's the low to mid-end stuff? It doesn't necessarily need to just be some meaningless BS product, but you could have some lower-end stuff that's got some cool chase stuff in it as well. But man, I just don't see, in my opinion, I don't see enough of it. That's from Topps. On the Panini side of the equation, Panini, what's their motivation to really kind of innovate on anything at this point? So we can't really expect much out of Panini. Why would they come out and go, you know what, we're really taking into account what collectors and hobbyists want? Are you kidding me? They're going to lose the license here in the next, 18 months or 2 years, whenever it kicks in for Topps. They don't have big motivation. They're going to just probably release what they release. They're behind they're already behind on releases. So they're not going to innovate on this stuff. Leaf and Wildcard, I think they put out some cool products as well, but that's going to be kind of hit or miss. If you like their stuff, great. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. And they might have certain stuff that you do like, but again, there's just not enough lower end product. I think the call out is really looking at Topps being that they really are in control of this market now. Even for the stuff that they don't have licenses for, there's NFL Composite and there's Topps Chrome Basketball that are out. So Topps is releasing products, even if it's unlicensed, for the NFL and the NBA, they've got products across the board. I'm sure that Topps is still trying to figure out how they want to navigate these seas and how they're going to do product. And look, it seems like printing is already kind of backed up anyway and just trying to get cards out. And Topps has got a lot of, I think, low-hanging fruit stuff. Man, if you look at Topps Now and these Ohtani cards, the Topps Now stuff, I think, man, what a money maker for Topps. I mean, they got to be having meetings on this like, damn, anytime there's basically a big time sports event that happens, we are going to make some bank on that stuff. And it's not wrong. And it's just so easy for them because they're basically just printing to demand. So it's like, man, we don't have to worry about, supply is basically just dictated by however many are ordered. Easy, but we have got to have some lower end cool product that is not just necessarily marketed all about, this huge chase that might be in it. What about just some some cool looking cards, and maybe you've kind of thrown in some game used stuff in there, really focusing around the design and really focusing around the actual cards themselves, as opposed to a heavy focus on, man, we got to make sure, guys, we got to get this bounty. We got to get this bounty. They got bounties out on a couple cards in this set. Fanatics has said that they're, of course, leaning into breaking, and they are doing that. And they've got Fanatics Live. If you're into it, great, fantastic. But it's just gone, in my opinion, it's just gone all the way over to that side, where it's just all about, breaking, and it's all about the big hit, and it's all about the bounty. Where's my balance? Where's the balance over here where it's just like, hey, here's a kind of a lower cost set that's just badass. I was listening to Jeff Wilson talking about this on one of his last shows.
You take the card and put it in the sleeve.
And he talked about how he was walking around his store in Cards HQ, and basically there was a dad and his son or family walking around asking him kind of like, hey, where do you think the best value is? What should we get? I would not want to be in that position. I can't imagine walking around, and trying to figure out from the new product offerings, what is the best price point, for somebody that's just getting in, someone that's looking to buy new product. I would probably just say, here's the singles aisle over here. That's what I would do, because I don't know how you really answer it. Like I said, on the non-sports side, if you're a collector of non-sports stuff, I feel like there are some decent price points. There are, if you want to collect the new Star Wars stuff, there are some okay price points coming out for that stuff on the non-sports side. On the sports side right now, absolutely brutal, absolutely brutal. This is not crazy talk from me. If you go online, there is so much talk about how new product is so overpriced. I have yet to see somebody on a forum, on a YouTube comment, not in the last couple of years, say like, what? I feel like this product's underpriced. I feel like it's underpriced. The only thing actually we've heard recently, I've heard folks talking about how this new Mercury thing, the $8,000 box, Jeff was one of them, I think, too, that had said that $8,000 box, because you're getting two Wemby autos, that might be underpriced. Okay, so, that's the only thing that I've heard, and it's just based around, what's the going rate for two Wemby autographs. But then we also have to take into account how many Wemby autos are going to be out there, man. Topps is not shy about getting these autographs out there for Wemby, man. That dude's been signing some stuff. And like we've talked about with Wemby before, even just rookie cards for him, especially because both Panini and Topps are making Wemby cards. Go and look at the gem rate data. We've talked about this with the gem rate data. They have graded a truckload of Wemby cards already, and the guy he hasn't even had cards out for a year. He hasn't even had cards for 12 months. And this dude has more cards graded than Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, I think, combined. I mean, this dude has a truckload of rookie cards. He's going to have a lot of autographs. And again, this is just rookie year stuff. Of course, you're going to have stuff moving forward, second year, third year, fourth year. I know there's a lot of demand. There's so much demand for it right now, and we'll see what happens this upcoming basketball season. We'll see what happens with this guy's career. I mean, if this guy just kind of falls off, if he's just, you know what? I don't feel like playing basketball anymore. The amount of money that has been put in, that has been speculated on this dude, it is unreal. Anyway, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent, but new product, anybody collecting it on the lower end, we need some more lower end product offerings, in my opinion, from the manufacturers. Specifically, I'm looking at Topps because it's just the most obvious. Hey, you've chosen to take over the whole thing. We need more product offerings that are inexpensive for people to actually get into. A dad and a son, they need to be able to go and just buy, hey, look, it might not have the bounty on it. It might not have a bounty card in it. I think a lot of families wouldn't even care. Dude, if you told me that, hey, most of the boxes are $200, $300, $400, but we also have this $50 to $75 box aisle right here. Now, the bad news is that there's not a $100,000 card in this set. There's no bounties attached to it. The best card you could get out of it is maybe a $2,000 to $5,000 card. Maybe that's the best card you can find out of this box. I am running over to the $50 to $75 aisle because my kid just wants to open a box of cards. They don't even know what the hell a bounty is. That's what we need. We need the $50 to $75 box that's got some good looking cards. Maybe it's got some hits in it, but it doesn't have a giant golden ticket Willy Wonka thing in it. Come on, Topps, Panini. Maybe not Panini. Topps, make it happen for us. Stay healthy, stay awesome. I'll talk to you again later.